So the first step of what you want to do when you're pouring a V60 is you're going to want to wet your filter. The next step is we're going to put all of our coffee grounds inside of our filter, and we're going to make sure that our grounds are evenly distributed within our filter. We're going to make sure that our coffee grounds are lined up with our filter and our cup, and we're going to begin our brew. You want to make sure that you have a steady brew and that you get all of the grounds wet within 10 seconds. What's happening right now is that the coffee is letting out all of the gases and all of the carbonation to release all of the flavors that we have for our coffee. This is known as the blossom and the pre-infusion of the water for your coffee. We're going to let this go for about 35 seconds. And as you can see, all of the bubbles and all of the air that's coming out is being released from the coffee. In about 10 seconds, you're going to notice that it's going to begin caving in. And that's when we're going to finish our coffee for about another minute and 10 seconds. We're not going to hit the edge of our filter because then all of the water will fall down, but instead keep it steady and in the center. The reason you want to use a slow drip instead of using a manual, like an electric coffee machine, is that the slow drip is actually going to allow the coffee to have more contact time with the water and to bring out some more of the flavors. Also, we have more control of the temperature using our individual pots, and the temperature of the coffee is going to affect the flavors that you have released. A standard cup of coffee, our 10 ounce, should take about 2 minutes to brew. Right now we're at about 1 minute and 45 seconds. We have just a little bit of coffee left. It seems to be slowing down and just at its final drip, pun intended. You know if you're doing a V60 pour over method that you're doing your brew correctly if when you look at the filter you can notice that you have the separation of the finer grounds and also some of the heavier grounds at the bottom. If you do your pouring correctly, you'll have brews jumbled everywhere and sometimes all of the coffee grounds right at the bottom. All to bring one successful, individually brewed cup. So our OG is actually a Japanese brewing method. It's for a very slow drip. The more time water spends with coffee, it's going to affect the flavor, the acidity, the body, and the way to give you guys the ultimate sweetness, the ultimate smooth cup of coffee, we allow this to do a slow drip for 6 to 10 hours. It's going to be some of the smoothest coffee you've ever had. The really cool thing is that we actually have a time-elapsed video of this actually going all the way from the top, all the way to the bottom, filling up all of the coffee grounds. There's multiple cold brew methods out there on how to give you a nice, smooth, full-bodied cup of coffee. The OG is by far one of the most superior ways to brew cold brew coffee. Just right over ice, and you are all set for a smooth cup of coffee.